welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the Gran Turismo Championships. So I'm going to show you real quick what these GT Championships are all about, how to access them, and what to do. So hopefully you can have some success in them and enjoy them as much as I have. So first, let's go to that world map. And what you'll need is, if you haven't done already, you'll need to go to the cafe, and you'll need to complete up to and through cafe book number 9. So once you complete this cafe book, you will unlock sport mode, and that will give you access to the little gentleman that's running on the right there, sport mode. So when you click on sport mode, that will take you to the multiplayer section of Gran Turismo 7, where you can race online in a daily race, which are 3 different races, or you can go down into the championships, and that's what we're talking about, the championships. You have the Nations Cup and you have the Manufacturers Cup. Now you see the event date down there at the bottom. The Nations Cup will start on 3/21/2022. I don't know that I'm going to participate in the Nations Cup this week, as just lots of things going on, but I will compete in the Manufacturers Cup. So I'll discuss that. Now I'll tell you, the Nations Cup, what happens is Gran Turismo will pick a car. In this case, it is actually, let's see, if we look at the event schedule, it is the Roadster, the ND Miata. It is the touring car Roadster. It's a little bit of a race car, fun car to drive, really is a fun car, not real expensive, so you should be able to pick that up for relatively cheap. And you'll have 4 events, so a short season. You'll have one on Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and then the following Monday, and then we'll all be at Tsukuba Circuit. So you won't have to practice a whole bunch of different courses. I don't know, I may grab the car, jump in it, and just for fun, race a couple of these. I'm going to guess they're going to have some different weather involved there, but we'll have to see. So that is Nations Race. Manufacturers Race, a little bit different. You pick a manufacturer for your entire season. Now, the first race for that will be on March 22nd, 2022. And if we look at that by clicking on there, you'll see I'm contracted to Chevrolet. So when you open this up, you won't be contracted to anyone. You will need to select your manufacturer, and they will give you a car. You do not have to buy the car. You don't have to own the car. When you sign up, they will give you the car. So as you can see, they give you everything that you need to be able to race this race, which is awesome. So when you hit enter right here, where the mouse is right down here, that's when it's going to ask you to select a manufacturer, and you will do the sign up like I did. Now up here you see I'm in League GT1. I'm an A+S rated driver, so I'm in the top league GT1. It's GT1, GT2, and GT3. A+ and A drivers with an S driver sportsmanship rating will be in GT1. Driver rated B drivers will be in GT2. And below B, the C, D, and E drivers will be in GT3. And as you move up through the rankings, you will move up GT classes. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to that. You're like, well, what is the driver rating based on? It's based on how you finish against your peer group. How do you finish in the races against the people that are rated the same as you? You will get either positive points on finishing typically in the top 10. So if you do this Manufacturers Cup, there'll be 20 in the race. If you finish 10 or better, you will go up in DR. If you finish 11th or worse, you will go down in DR. DR being your driver rating. So the object is to finish 10th or better. Really 9th or better. I always shot for the top 5 because I knew if I could get in the top 5, my driver rating usually would go up pretty quick. So, and then once you compete in a race, you can click on this point rankings, and it'll show you your friends' rankings, the rankings in your state or whatever territory you live in, and then your secondary area, which is a smaller area like a county or a parish or whatever it might be. And then your rankings within the manufacturer, and your rankings within your region, like the United States or Canada or Mexico or maybe it's North America. It depends on the season and how they divide up the regions, but that'll be your regional ranking. All right, so that's the point rankings. The event schedule here will show you where the events are. Again, a short season. It's just a test season. So we've got 4 races. We got 2 in GR3 and 2 in GR4. Those are the dates. Super easy right there for you. It tells you which tracks you're going to be running if you want to practice them, whatever you might want to do. And then down here, you can click on enter. You'll have selected a car. You'll click on enter. That it's going to bring you into this section. Now, if the race were going to occur, this is where you would actually start the race. This number will be glowing green, and that'll be like, this is the next race. If the race has been finished, it will be grayed out. And these times are on a 24-hour clock. So you can see in the upper right-hand corner what time it is now where I am. It is 14:22. So really it's 2:22 on my watch. So there you go. It's a 24-hour clock. This tells you what time it is. It's 6 p.m. here, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. my local time. And it should be on your local time as well. All right. So once you get into this menu, you can then click on one of those times. Doesn't really matter which one because the races aren't quite, here just yet. And then that'll bring you into this, and this will tell you all about the race. This menu here, this is important information for you to know. The number of laps is at the top. Right there, you see it is 5. The number of cars in the grid is typically always 20. The start type is important because this is a formation start, which means you'll be in a line. It's a rolling start, and you'll be moving when the race starts. Now, if it is a grid start or a grid start with a false start check, that means you're starting from a standing still position, and you will have to launch the car. So it'll be good to know that. It might even determine which car you pick, because some cars are just terrible on a grid start. So important information. Below that, qualifying time. This tells you how long you have to qualify for this race. It's one of these things I love about these races. You get to qualify. So you get to go out on track with your competitors, and you got to try and set the fastest lap that you can in a 7-minute period. So very important, and there is strategy to that. Most likely there will not be tire and fuel wear on during qualifying. So you'll be able to just go out and put a hot lap like you would in a free practice session. So now, if tire wear is on, I don't know yet. We're going to find out. If tire wear is on, you have to consider that when you're going out on your out lap before you start your hot lap. You don't want to use up all your tires on the out lap. You want to save some tires for that hot lap. And you might even want to pit after that and change out tires, just depending on how much time you have. So also important is during the race, you see the little fuel meter there, and it's a 1X. That means you're just using fuel at a one-time rate. So fuel will not be an issue in this race with only 5 laps. Tire wear is 5X, which means 5 times. You have 5 times the tire wear, which means at the end of lap 5, it'll be like you've run 25 laps. So tire wear, again, won't be a problem in this race. It is short enough. This race was, say, a 15-lap race, 12-lap race, something like that. Tire wear may come into play then, especially since we only have racing hards available to us in this race. But that is something you'll have to look at carefully and consider in your strategy during the race. Another thing I love about these championship races is they have strategy. All right, so the category of car, it tells you right here in the regulations section. It's a Group 3 race. The wide-body cars are prohibited. Nitrous cannot be installed. And it tells you what tire choices you have for this race. It may even tell you if you have a required tire during the race, like a tire that you have to put on. So for this, we have racing hards, we have the intermediates, and we have the wets available to us, which means it might start raining during the race, and you may have to switch tires. You may have to go into the pits, so be careful. If you go into the pits, when you come out, you do not cross the line, because that is a penalty if you cross that pit line now in Gran Turismo. All right, so BOP and tuning is forbidden. And it says any car uses any garage car, but actually you will sign up for a manufacturer and they will give you a car, and that is the car you will use during the race. You do not have to have the car in your garage. You do not have to purchase the car. You sign up with the manufacturer and they will provide you with a car from the factory. So you'll get a factory fresh race car for the manufacturer's season. So down the menu here, now you can change cars. I guess if you're practicing this, you want to try it in different cars and see what it's like, I guess you can change the car here. Haven't tried it, don't know. Car settings, if they were set up allowed, you could adjust the car settings here using the various sheets available to you. Then you have your practice time ranking here. Here you can see your friends' rankings. Here you see I'm 6th amongst my friends. And you can also see the top 10 stars, which is really super cool, because then you can click on that person and you can play the replay of that top 10 star, and you can see where they brake, where they accelerate, how they take the corner so fast. You can find out right here by playing their replay. You can also go into, this is very important, free practice. This is where you set your practice time and you get the rankings amongst your friends. So if you click on the free practice, it brings you into here, the free practice section. And once you hit start, it takes you out on course. Here at the settings, you can adjust all your various things, display, controller, assists, whatever it is you might want. The ghost settings also important. I have my ghost offset at 0.2. I have the demonstration ghost on and the loaded ghost on. That's as if it's for like a license test. The display loaded ghost is the one you can load a ghost and you can run against it, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And you can display your personal best ghost as well. I have that off because it annoys me when I have two ghosts out there. It just aggravates me. So I have my personal display off. So what you can do to load a ghost is you go to the ranking board. You can, if your friend is a top 10 time, you can typically load their ghost. But if not, you won't be able to, unless I think if they share it, you can do it. I don't believe so, but I could be wrong there. For top 10, you click on them and their ghost will be available. You just hit load ghost. It will load the ghost, and when you head out on track and cross the start finish line, it will show that for you. All right, so once you set a time, it will show up on that ranking board like I've got here. Now, again, to watch the replay, you will have to go to the previous menu in order to see that, to play the replay. It didn't used to be like that. This is a little bit aggravating. I don't quite like it. So you have to go out, come back in, and you get to the front board here, this one here, this menu here, where it shows all of the race settings. Then you can watch the replay in this menu. So once you enter to do your practice, you can't watch the replays anymore. It's a little bit aggravating, but just so that you know, if you're trying to find that replay, it's back a couple screens is basically what it is. So that is the basics of the race. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what happens during the race. So during the race, you will come into the lobby, and you will, when you enter the lobby, you will have a warm-up session. So they'll let you out on track and you will get to warm up. Now, it's just a quick warm-up. You can run into people, have a little fun out there on the course. You can say hi to your friends, whatever you might want to do. And then it will start the qualifying shortly after that. Now, you can come out on the track right away in qualifying. You can wait a little while, wait for a gap to develop, and you can come out a little later. Remember, you have 7 minutes to qualify. So the best thing for you to do is to go out on track and see how long it takes you to do a lap, and think in your mind, okay, if I don't want to be around anyone, I'm going to give myself a little bit of gap. So you will be qualifying with other people on track, and you will set the time. And whatever time you set in qualifying, that is where you will start in the race. Now, right before the race starts, what they will do is they'll do a grid lineup, and they will go down the grid and they will show all the cars. You'll see everyone's liveries. You'll get to see their qualifying time. Super cool, love it. It's one of the parts of the race that I really like. Is they show what everyone's qualifying times, and you can check out the liveries and see how all your friends did. And then the race starts. Now, remember, you've been sitting in that qualifying grid. They've been going over all the cars. What typically happens there is that display is so long that your tires actually cool off while you're sitting there in the grid. So when you go take the first corner, you will be on cold tires. So keep that in mind for the start of the race. Also, your car will be full of fuel, so it will be heavy and on cold tires. So try and prepare for that. And one great piece of advice I can tell you is to practice the race. Go into the lobbies and find a lobby that has that manufacturer nations race and practice it. You will learn how to brake with cars in front of you. You'll have to learn how to race with others around you. You will develop awareness. You will develop sportsmanship, and you will get to know some of the other folks in Gran Turismo 7. And it just makes racing a lot more fun. So, once everything is done, you can then go to the Gran Turismo website, granturismo.com, and you can check out all of your statistics and stats and everything that you might want to look at. It'll be available there on granturismo.com. There's the screenshot of it right there, and you can check all that out. So, hope that explains the Gran Turismo Championships to you. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. I've done this for several seasons. I absolutely love the online racing in sport mode, especially the championship races. One of the best that's available out there. And I'm hoping they will continue to keep up that level of excellence in Gran Turismo 7. So for myself, Go Gretty. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit like and or subscribe and check out some more of the action. Till next time, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.